The Swimmers. I'm not telling you the rating of these horror films because the rating is not accurate. In these international rating sites, very less members vote, so that's the reason why I'm not adding the IMDb rating. Swimmers. Swimmers tells us the story of Perth and Tan, who are best friends, who are professional swimmers. The story takes turn when Tan's girlfriend cheats with Tan's best friend Perth and gets pregnant, and Perth doesn't support her. Tan's girlfriend can't do anything, and she also can't tell her boyfriend that she cheated with his best friend. In that depression, she commits suicide, only to return as a spirit to hunt Perth. What happened post that is the story.
ฝากลูกด้วยนะเพิร์ทเข้าบ้านสิคะคุณแทน
Take Me Home. Take Me Home tells us the story of Tan after losing his memory in an accident, finds his twin sister after many days, and in search of shelter and her sister, he goes to her house. In that house, he finds her sister already married and also having kids. Everything seems okay and the family looks perfect. But during his stay in the house, he finds that there are strange things happening in the house, and later he discovers that the entire house is haunted. This film has a very short story which focuses more on the horror scenes.
ไม่เห็นมีอะไรเลย
เวลาเช้ามืดอย่าลุกขึ้นมาเพ่นพ่านนะคะ
Coming Soon. Coming Soon has a very interesting plot. The plot is as follows. Shane, who works at a theatre, discovers that an upcoming horror film which is based on the real story is playing in the theatres very soon. Everyone who is working in the theatre are excited to watch the movie. But here is a twist. Whoever watches the movie ends up facing horror events and finally they themselves going inside the movie and dying. What happened when our lead watches the film is the story. I find this plotline very interesting and new, and I highly recommend you to watch this film.
ใช่ไหมแล้วเขาอยู่ไหนอะ
สัญญานะเว้ยแกอย่าให้ฉันตายคนเดียวนะ สัญญานะ
Promise. Promise is a story where two best friends who are facing a lot of problems in their 15 years age due to family situations which are mainly finance related problems decides to commit suicide together in their favorite spot on a building, and also promises to themselves that they would never stay apart from each other. So they decide to commit suicide in the same place at same time. But one friend commits suicide but the other friend stays back with fear. And after 20 years, the other friend is now rich and buys out the same building on which she's supposed to commit suicide. The spirit of the dead friend returns to haunt the other friend's daughter, who is exactly 15 now, the age at which she committed suicide. On this note, the film goes on.
สัญญานะว่าจะไม่ทิ้งกัน เจอกันที่ตึก
INHUMAN Kiss. This is a horror romance film. The plotline is as follows. Sai inherits a curse wherein whoever is cursed during nighttime, the cursed human head comes out of the body and starts eating flesh around them. The villagers start searching for the cursed person to kill her, while her lover protects her all the time and tries to free her from the curse. On the other hand, they are hunters who hunt these cursed people, because the cursed people turn into flesh-eating monsters and sometimes even eat humans. This film is very good. It's more like a fantasy movie more than a horror movie. Felt a bit disappointing in the climax, but still, it's a cool movie to watch.
มึงยอมรับเถอะว่ามึงเป็นกระสือ
The Phobia. Phobia is a prequel of Phobia 2. It tells us a total of 4 short horror stories, in which 4th one is my favorite, because the 4th one story is as follows. A air hostess traveling alone in the flight, which is carrying the dead prince's body. Everything seems fine when the plane is taking off, but as soon as the plane took off, horror events starts occurring inside the plane. It's one of the most scariest places to imagine ourselves. That's the reason why I like the 4th one much more than other 3 stories. I also liked the first one, where the lead gets message from the ghost. Shutter. This 2004 horror thriller also got Hollywood remake with the same name, but Hollywood remake is disappointing. The Shutter story is as follows. When Jane and Tan runs over a girl in a car accident, they speed away immediately from that crime scene. However, Tan, who is a photographer, soon discovers that strange shadows occurring in his photos. Immediately, horror events starts occurring to him. Slowly, these photos starts adding up a meaning, and these pics shows a person in every photo which was captured. Then starts the horror. This concept is so good that many films took an inspiration of this ghost appearing in the pictures, so you should definitely check this film out.
ไม่ใช่แค่เงาแปลกๆในรูปเท่านั้นหรอกนะแต่มันอยู่ที่เรื่องราวในรูปมากกว่า
P-Mark, one of the highest grossing film in Thailand. This horror comedy released in 2013 has an IMDb rating of 7.2 and drama list rating of 8.1. Mark returns from war with 4 comrades. He has invited the 4 comrades to his home to meet his beautiful wife and son. But Mark's friend begin to realize that Mark's family is really dead and they are ghosts now. The comedy is generated from the horror scenes not just by including parody scenes but by true horror.
ไอ้ขำกันใช่ไหมนกข้างข่าวเสื้อหน้าไม่ใช่เมียผี
If you like our content, consider subscribing us. We are your one-stop destination for all the non-Hollywood content.